Hello folks, welcome back to, oh hello, hi folks, that's it. Welcome back to the plot where I'm wearing a coat. Can you believe it? First time I've worn a coat in a video in a long while. And I've not got long here today. It's the end of the day, it's like Friday night, okay, so it's been a really long week, you know, like one of those weeks where it just drags and drags and drags, and the energy levels are low, okay, I'm feeling pretty tired. It's about 7:30. I was just giving Jess a lift somewhere after work, so quite a long drive, and then I was driving home and I was like, allotment or sofa? Allotment or sofa? The sofa was calling, you know, and I was like, no, go to the allotment, you'll enjoy it. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. And I've been here about 5 minutes and I feel better already. I'm so glad I came. So there's just a few little things to show you, and mainly I wanted to pop along, get a harvest, and I thought I'd feel better. The plan is as well to come back tomorrow with a bit more of a focused effort. I want Saturday and Sunday to have a nice kind of productive drive, because to be honest, I've been kind of resting a little bit, you know. I've been making a lot of videos, but I've only been at the allotment for little short bits here and there. I do think I need to spend a bit of time on various jobs, things you've probably seen that I've been flying around and going, I need to do this, I need to do this. I definitely want to get sewing. Like, be honest with me, okay? How many of you guys are on top of the sewing at the moment? And if you have any sewing recommendations for things to be sewing sort of beginning of July, end of June, please do let me know. I have a little list, but anything that you've kind of got personal experience of or that you're doing at the moment, really interested to hear. One of those things is definitely getting the auto pots plumbed up, but look at this. First little melon coming. This is one of the sugar babies. It's only Diddy, and hopefully the string is just about holding it. Actually, it's not. I've just noticed the string is not holding it. So that's the first job. Give this a bit more support. So, last year, I'm pretty sure I said, if I do melons again, I'm gonna, you know, do a bit more research, a bit more planning about the supports and what they need. And I did not do that. I just sowed some seed and, you know, I've just winged it. And it's kind of got to this point and I've realized, like, these get really heavy, and what had happened is it had pulled the whole plant sort of down to here, and all this pressure was just on a tiny little joint. And so what I've done, oh dear, what I've done is just put another cane in, and then I think you have to have two canes so that they can kind of support each other. And I've just got a little tie there and a little tie there, and hopefully, because the two canes kind of provide a bit of opposing force or whatever, it kind of holds these in place instead of them just slipping down. So I'm hoping that's going to hold, but I don't know what I'm going to do if there's like 5 more that start appearing on here, but I guess, well, any suggestions, please? I was going to say we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but I actually think that's a really bad idea. That's what I normally do, and I think that's a bad idea. Let me quickly show you in the other greenhouse as well, because there's lots to show. This greenhouse is a lot. This greenhouse is a lot. I'll show you it in a second, but first I just wanted to say a really big thank you for all the really nice comments I had on the last video with my dad. It was the first one where he was ever properly on camera. Both my parents are quite camera shy, and they do enjoy the videos, but my dad kind of came out of his shell as I started filming, and everyone loved it. It was really nice, and I was talking a little bit about his health problems, and I'm fairly sure I spoke about that on the channel as it was happening. I actually remember I tried to film maybe 2 or 3 videos that never made it out. You know, they never got aired because I was just having a breakdown, basically. But last year things were really bad. You know, I mentioned how ill my dad was and how, you know, what a close call it was, and really didn't know what was happening. And yeah, I spent like basically at least a month, maybe a month or 2, just kind of most of the time in the hospital. And that's why last year the growing season just went completely upside down, and everything went really quite wrong. But you know, it's not the priority at the time, is it? But yeah, so all those really lovely comments were quite meaningful, so thank you for that. And I just thought I'd give you that little bit of context, I guess, about last year. But let me spin you around, and oh, I don't even know. The cucumbers. Just look at this. Look at this. It's just, they are not confined to the beds or anything at all. So I don't really know if you can just start pruning cucumbers. Like, You know, there's kind of one, this is the main stem, I know that for sure. And what's really surprising is the one that looked like I was basically giving up on, this one, is the alder cucumber, and it's come flying back, hasn't it? It's gotten going like crazy, but look down here, there's just shoots coming out in every which direction, every which way. And yeah, can you start hacking at these? Like, this one's got a few cucumbers on it, but I don't really know how you're meant to prune them. I could Google it, but it's so much easier asking all of you, and Google is kind of useless these days. Oh, there's a few tomatoes coming. Oh, wow, look at these ones. These are one of the Brads, and I must admit, very, very, very bad form for me. I don't know which Brads this is. Maybe the Fusion, but wow, this is the same plant. So those are, look at the shape of those, and then this one is more of a plum shape. And that's the same plant. These are much more, I think, the shape they're meant to be, this kind of plum shape. But there's just, these are kind of bushing, you know, so they're all over the place. Look at this side shoot. I was only in here a few days ago. Look at that, going up and crazy, fighting for the light. I have actually been in here pruning side shoots and all that quite regularly. And generally, I think they're not looking too bad. But you can see I've taken a lot of vegetation off the bottoms now, and you can see these trusses starting to come. I think the moisture level is okay. It's a little hard to tell with these beds, but a lot of them looking kind of healthy. This one, the Black Moon, that had all the leaf curl, and there's still a little bit, but at the top, actually, there is still quite a lot. Yeah, that is still quite a lot, isn't it? But I don't think it's too bad. I let this side shoot go deliberately to see if it might have better growth, and it did look healthier at the start, but I think I might take that off now. Maybe just take it back to one of the leaves or something like that. Monster chili, kind of stalling a little bit actually, not growing as much as it has been, but still healthy, still moving in the right direction. And the quad grows, whew, we have got some flower action on these and some tomato action. Look at this one. God, that's a big one. That is a big one. That's the Tachi, one of the Romas. And the orange accordion, I think I might have mispruned this. We've got the first fruit on here, looking very funky. Look at that. That is really funky. And I think what has happened is I've accidentally taken out the main growing tip when I potted this up, because we've got one coming out of here. And we've kind of got one coming out here, and I'm not really sure which one to make the main leader. Still lots of time for this to do its thing, but oh God, that one's right in there. I don't know, I'll have to have a think about that. That one doesn't look too stable on this tiny little shoot, but actually that might be the preferential option. Yeah, maybe I think I just must have mispruned it without realising. Whoops. Over here, this is really chaotic. The Brads has fallen back into the sun gold, and the sun gold has come all the way out here. So let's get these strung up and just have a bit of a tidy in here quick before I do some harvesting. I've spent a bit of time, and honestly, this is pretty much a daily job, I think, controlling these tomatoes when they're in such close proximity. It's really easy to miss things, and I imagine it probably looks the same. I should mention as well, there's a few things I've seen just while I've been in here pruning. This flipping marigold bush, like, oh, it's a bush, isn't it? Like, I've never known it to go so crazy. I've had to like tie it in. There's some string around that, basically just grabbing it and stopping it from going absolutely everywhere. Hopefully that's doing a bit of pest prevention. These two down here, this was one of the mystery tomatoes, unfortunately. Oh, it's a Brad's. That one's a Brad's, I can see. But there's another one actually in here. You can just see that dead leaf. And those two have definitely died. They're definitely doing nothing at all. I'm not going to put anything in their place because there's already not enough space in here. But I am hoping that that is just some kind of weird quirk that isn't going to become a recurring issue. Absolutely no idea what might have caused it, but yeah, everything I think is looking quite good. The big green ones down there, that is the overwintered Crimson Crush. We've got the black chocolate just starting. First dark fruit coming there, looks really cool. Some sun gold trusses back there, and then we've got the black strawberry. Oh, there are actually. Oh, they look amazing. Oh, I hadn't seen those. Look at how cool they look. That is really, really funky. Oh, I like those. They look really cool. So we've got some on there. Some of the Black Moon No trusses on there just yet that have kind of set properly. The brad's just going crazy. I've kind of tamed the cucumbers a little bit. They're just not quite arguing as much in the path now. I mean, it's just too much. I might end up just culling one of those plants, to be honest, if it's not very productive, because it's just too much. It's just too much. And the quad grows, I did not do these plants justice when I planted them up. I've kind of given the orange accordion a little bit of a tickle. I'm gonna have this as the main leader coming up now. This brad's, I'm sure, will start going crazy soon, although it doesn't look like it's bushed out as much as some of the others. I might just try and grow this as a cordon, to be honest, and just try and keep it tamed. And then the sun gold is looking a lot happier now. It's more upright, but it is properly coming down. It's just kind of giving the garden a really good water, which is fantastic. We love to see it, and we do still really need it. So I'm going to leave the harvesting for tomorrow, because tomorrow is meant to be a gorgeous day. And I really have to get going because I am just so hungry. It's like 8:30 now. I've not eaten in far too long, and yeah, I've been here for ages. I really thought, 7 o'clock I'd pop in, have a quick checkup, see everything's okay. And I've been here like an hour and a half. It's just so ridiculous. Time goes really quick at allotments, I swear, but thank you ever so much for watching. An extra special thank you to my chili pepper tier patrons, Tony, Bill, Pam, Louise, Michael, Mel, Denise and Craig, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next one.